It's been such a long time since I've done this that I forgot the correct order to actually run the videos. So, sorry, no Agents of Geekdom intro, but that was fun, right?
I could write Agents of Geekdom on a piece of paper.
Yeah, nah, well, I mean, it is on the channel, so hopefully people know. But anyway, welcome to Critical Affection, where we affectionately criticize the pop culture that we love. And today we're going to be talking about Agatha All Along, my first show back from my sabbatical. Is it a sabbatical? I don't know what the definition of sabbatical is.
Sabbatical's great because it sounds totally intentional.
Yeah. And it sounds like I went crazy for a little while and I just needed to go to the Grippy
ward.
Sock Hotel for a while and then came back.
Oh, you know a lot about that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Who doesn't have a pair of Grippy socks? Seriously. If you don't, you're missing out. I'm just telling you.
I think I've got a hoodie with no strings.
Yeah, that's all the requirements. Actually, you don't even need to. It can still have its string. They'll take care of that for you when you get there. It's fine.
True.
I've heard.
Allegedly.
So yeah. Anyway, first one back since I think September was the last show. I took a big long break, and first episode of the new year. So happy New Year, everybody.
Happy 2025.
Yeah, hopefully this one doesn't suck as much as the last one, right? The last one was less than ideal. Yeah. But
optimal.
Fingers crossed that this one is going to be even just slightly better would be good. I'll take it. I don't have a lot of news. I know some people know, some people don't. I did leave Laguna Studios. We wanted to go in different directions. So that's all it was. And I have started my own new thing, and it's called Definite Article. You could go like it on Facebook. I don't have the links for any of that stuff because I only literally just thought about doing that now, and I'm kind of like, duh, I should have had that prepared, and I should have had it prepared in a caption or a quote or a ticker or something, and I didn't do that. So anyway, it's at Definite Article Creative everywhere on Instagram and Facebook and Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky. Technically, I have a Twitter account, but I don't plan to use it very much because it's Twitter. Sorry, but I don't like that you can't opt out of the AI spying on you. That bothers me. So I don't want you to learn who I am better than I am. I don't like that. It just bothers me. So, anywho's, yeah, before we jump into Agatha All Along, I do want to share a couple of Kickstarters, and I will, I'm gonna bring up the screen here on them both so that you can see what I'm looking at here. So the first one is Worthy Chaos Devastation Supernatural Western. This is different than, so this is by Worthy Chaos, which everybody knows Carissa Grant, right? And she did her Worthy Chaos Redemption, which was a big long series, and now she's doing this one too. And the art's pretty nice, as you can see. I'm not going to get into it. She's got a whole line of these supernatural creatures, and she's the plushie queen. So if you like plushies, then yeah, you need to see this one. And I am going to, we're not going to talk about that too much. We're not going to talk about either of these because Carissa's actually coming on the show next week. But I'm typing and talking at the same time. It's never a good idea.
Need me to vamp?
Maybe. But so, and then and the other one is, so let me close out this one and bring up the other one, which is called Slice of Life. And it is, Phil Falco, Kat Kalmia, what is the name of their, crap, I forget the name of their, Lifeline Comics. Yes, that's it. Anyway, this is about, if you if you read the webtoon, this is the collection of the webtoon, and so the girls the cheerleader finally comes out as gay and plans to confess that she's in love with this other girl, and will they get together? We don't know. So if you don't, if you read the webtoon, but my point is, go back that, and if you back at the very lowest tier or higher, you're going to get a whole bunch of other people's comics. And if we hit a stretch goal, then Definite Articles title Power Broker may very well be in there. It is going to be a stretch goal, so you could get issue 1 of Power Broker for $1, which, I mean, a fraction of $1 when you talk about all the other comics that are in there. My point is, go check it out. And then I'm going to try and see if I can get Pat or Phil or somebody on here to talk about their show or talk about their campaign a little bit, but we'll see what happens. If we can't, we can't. And now I want to put in the link for that. So the link for Worthy Chaos is in the chat. And if I can type, I will get the one for the cheerleader one up there too. There we go. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional, you guys. Okay.
And I'm podcasting from a closet.
Aren't we all, though? Like, metaphorically speaking, we're all just podcasting from a closet. All right.
Nice. Very
Let's
wise.
get started, shall we? And obviously, you've been warned multiple times about spoilers now, so like if you get spoiled on this, it's really on you. I mean that was all out by Halloween. We were just double checking. It was all out by Halloween. You've had time, and if you're still watching and you haven't seen it and you don't want to get spoiled, then just turn it off, because we're gonna screw it right up for you if you don't.
Right up.
So, did I introduce you, Brian McAvoy?
No. Hi, I'm Brian.
If you watch all of the live streams I do, then you've met Brian.
I used to be in a different closet.
Yeah.
With a different background.
That is true.
I think I've moved since Agatha All Along. So.
Possibly. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember you moving, but.
No, I got here in October. So, got here. Watched that. Well, Agatha All Along would have been one of the first things I watched in my new apartment.
There you go.
We got the
I was just thinking, like, moving in October sucks because it was chilly, and then I'm like,
California.
no, you live in California now, you butthole.
Hey, you want to know?
This is never gonna stop being a thing between us, is it? Like, it's always you're gonna get mad at me for not being there, and I'm gonna get mad at you for not being here. Shh.
You're missing out. Guess the temperature.
70.
It's 10 degrees nicer than wherever you are.
It's like
it's 54 right now.
It's 18 degrees here.
Yeah.
18 degrees Fahrenheit here. And that's
probably
actually
18 Celsius here.
So,
I don't know the conversion.
It's actually still unseasonably warm. Like, this is like we should be in less than 20. So I guess it's probably technically about right for January here, but also there's no snow. It's super weird.
I don't miss that about the Midwest.
I mean, I'm not sad about the lack of snow, don't get me wrong, but it is not normal. There should be snow. There should be snow. But anyway, and I know that if you were still living where you used to live, there'd probably be snow up there because you were farther north than I am.
Minnesota? Yeah. Twin Cities area.
Yeah, there's got to be snow up there. Anyway, let's get going on this.
Right.
Yes. So, premise, I'm just reading off of Wikipedia here. 3 years after being trapped under a magical spell in the town of Westview, New Jersey, at the end of the series WandaVision, the witch Agatha Harkness escapes with the help of a mysterious teenager who wishes to face the trials of legendary Witches Road. Without her magical powers, Agatha and the team form a new coven of witches to face the trials while contending with some of Agatha's old enemies. That's a pretty, I guess, good premise.
Spoiler-free premise.
And like,
if
the
that
best
doesn't
part
sound
is
familiar to anyone, this is what we're going to talk about.
Yes, exactly.
And if you want to hear what this is, you need to go watch that first.
Yes. And the best part about that is that I didn't have to write it. I'm just like, I love ripping off Wikipedia because I don't have to. But I mean, I'm not claiming credit for it. I got it off of Wikipedia, but I don't want to write stuff when somebody else has done a better job than I could anyways.
Go donate to Wikipedia, because
yes,
donate to Wikipedia. Some freedom of information soon.
Indeed. So do you have any opening thoughts about, like, did you like this? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Was it meh?
I liked it for the most part, and there were some things I didn't like, but I really love a journey story, and that's totally what this is. Like, each episode is like a step further in the journey. They have a very clear objective from the beginning, which I appreciate. There's so many shows where they just spend time like, oh, I'm a teen, I'm a witch, and you're like, great, so what are you going to do? And this one sets off from the gate and be like, we're going to do this. We're going to walk the witch's road. And here's why I want to do it. Here's why I want to do it. Great. And they get into it. And I appreciate that. And they go through these chapters. Each chapter is familiar, but it's unique. I really appreciate that. So that's my, like, if somebody asked me, like, why do you like that show? Then that's what I would tell them. How about you?
That is an excellent... I didn't even think about the fact that it's totally a journey show. Not like Don't Stop Believin' Journey, which is also a good journey, but yeah, no, I really like this show a lot. I like the, hashtag girl power of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the
and
hashtag
it didn't feel forced at all. They did it very naturally.
Yeah, there is a grand total of one main character who is male, and he is LGBTQ.
Mm-hmm.
And he is he in no way steals the show from Agatha, who should indeed be, like, the name of the show is Agatha All Along. It should be about Agatha, and he in no way steals the show on that, except in, he has his moments, like all of the...
Sure.
I would call it an ensemble cast, I guess, and all of them have their... I mean, definitely...
There's 2.5 main.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, it's... Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I take back my comment. It's not an ensemble, is it? Like... Good supporting cast. I mean,
very good.
Gosh, Patti LuPone. Oh. I love her. I love her so much.
Aubrey Plaza did it for me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, Aubrey Plaza.
Obviously, her name is the reason.
Yeah, like, I mean, you could just make an hour-long show of Aubrey Plaza eating a sandwich, and I would watch the shit out of that. So
as long as she was snarky toward the sandwich, then yes.
Yes. And then, like, how cool was it to watch her be this very, very colorful, animated character in this when we're so used to seeing her as that more deadpan. Like, that was so much fun. And I bet she had a blast being Rio.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean,
and also, like... Job. And it was fun to see her do it.
We had to talk...
Because she can do creepy.
Yes.
Like,
oh my god,
but just the right amount. Like, not like, oh, I'm a scary monster. She's like...
Yeah, she never really...
in ways you don't know.
Yeah, she never really tipped her hand, because we find out who she really is at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But she never really tipped her hand, because, so many of these shows just spoon-feed the information to us. And it's so aggravating for someone like me, who already, like, I have a tendency to pick up on small details and guess the ending of a show long before the ending anyway. Perhaps that's why I like those, single show, like, comedies and stuff, like sitcoms, because, like, the whole thing's contained, and I don't have to be, like, pissed off that I figured something out early, but...
But
she did not tip her hand.
Is going to end off in the same place they started.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, it was nice that I didn't necessarily I knew Rio was a character that we needed to be paying attention to, but I did not know who she ultimately was, why she was important until the end.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was...
I think I picked up on a little earlier, because, like, wait, if the premise of why they're on the Witch's Road is what it is, how did she get there? Unless she's something more. But yeah, it like you said, it wasn't spoon-fed.
Yes, exactly.
Like, she's appeared.
None of the information was. I mean, I think everybody was starting to murmur that Teen was actually a Wiccan since, like, the very first episode. But we didn't really, like, they didn't spoon-feed that information to us at all. And you didn't really know, like, we didn't really figure it out and there was no way to be certain for at least a few episodes, and then we started to
they
get
revealed
more and more
it
clues.
very well, because
They did.
I cannot tell you the point at which those revelations came out. It came out naturally, and it
Yeah, and I don't think they confirm that he is until the second half of the season, I think.
something like that.
Yeah. I do still have the Wikipedia page up, so I can probably find it, but the point is, it wasn't spoon-fed, it was great.
Yeah.
P.S., completely unrelated to the show itself, but Aubrey Plaza's husband tragically passed away just a few days ago, and I am disgusted by the number of people that I saw. Sorry, Brian. It was men. They were celebrating because she's single again. It was disgusting, and I extend my deepest condolences to Aubrey Plaza and her family, because
Definitely.
she deserves that. Everybody deserves that when a family member passes away. And leave her the hell alone, okay? Anyway, back to the show.
The real horror story here.
Right? So I think that all of it, and how bad do you want to know Jennifer Kale and Lily Caldero's stories now? Like, we learn a bit about their backstories, but I'm just like, so Jen is not, okay, I'm not, spoilers, right? They're all spoilers.
Fine, spoilers.
So in the very first episode, I actually wanted to quit watching partway through because I was like, what is this cheesy bullshit? And then they start dropping hints after that. I was ready to turn it off because I was like, this is cheesy and weird, and why is this happening? But I knew that it couldn't be this. So Agatha was mind controlled, I guess, by Wanda, put her under that spell from the sound of it. I don't know if they actually explicitly confirmed that, but it was pretty obvious it was Wanda. Wanda took her witch powers, and she put her under this spell that made her think she was a detective in a crime show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very, very cheesily done. Like, as cheesy as you think NCIS and Law and Order are, this was worse.
This was a parody of that.
Yes, very much
it was
so.
Somebody's impression of NCIS who overheard two fans talking at a party. And they're like, I could recreate that.
Exactly. Like somebody trying to retell the New York Post article that they read the other day.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. And like,
yeah.
Had I believed that was truly how the show was gonna go, I might have actually turned it off, but I was like, this can't be all.
It would have gotten very stale very quickly.
Yes, and they would not have had, like, people wouldn't have watched the second episode. But then Teen shows up by breaking in. So Agatha's character in the show is called Agnes, I think, and Teen broke into her house and then said, when she caught him, he's like, I want to find the road, and she's like, what the hell's that? And between that and Rio showing up as a FBI detective within the show's universe, they kind of... I know Teen is the one who officially broke the spell. I think he reveals that to her. Does he reveal that to her in the second episode?
I don't remember when.
The point is, he tells her that he's the one who broke the spell. And she decides that, well, if he could do that, he must be pretty powerful. And we're like just totally shrouded in mystery about who the hell Teen is and why does he have powers and why does Agatha not know about him at all if he's got these powers. And then, but yeah, so we are introduced immediately to Agatha, of course, but then also Teen and Rio. And they are immediately very compelling, working together. Good chemistry
and
between
combative.
the actors. Yes, it was.
The on-screen chemistry was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had clear motivations, which I like, and they had fun with each other on screen, even if they were intentionally butting heads.
Mm-hmm. And I think it was right at the end of the first. Oh no, it was the end of the first show that Rio warns, because like Rio comes in and tries to kill Agatha, and Agatha's like, "Do you really want to kill me if I don't have any power? Let me get my power." And then and then you can kill me.
Yeah, but that was one of my I don't care for that excuse.
Yeah, I was like, that's not something that somebody would do. Well, I guess we learn why, because it turns out, it's revealed later on that Rio and Agatha had a romantic relationship, so perhaps. But that also makes me like, because then you're like, well, if that's true, then why did Rio want to kill her? But you learn why. You learn why. And but Rio also warns Agatha that the Salem 7 is coming. And if I don't kill you now, the Salem 7's definitely gonna kill you. And they're not gonna be sportsmanlike by allowing you to try and get back your power. They're just gonna kill you.
They were nicely creepy.
Enjoyed
they were
that.
just
yes.
inhuman enough to be like, yeah, get your motivation. But also, damn, tone it down. This is Disney.
Yeah, and the neighbor. I can't remember the neighbor's name, but the guy, when they saw them coming up the road in the second issue, saw them coming up the street towards Agatha's house, and the neighbor was like, oh, hell no, and he just drops his groceries and runs into the house. It's like, exactly, that is how you appropriately respond to something like that happening in your hometown, on your street, you know?
No, I live in San Francisco. People being a little unhinged on the street is...
Well, that's fair. Yeah, the bigger the village, the more idiots there are, right? Not that I think everybody's an idiot. I'm just saying, like, the bigger the place that you live in, the more chances you are going to see something odd. That's
very true.
But like, the bigger the village, the more idiots is more fun and succinct.
Gets the point across.
Exactly. So the second episode, Teen tells her, I want to go on the road, and she's like, the road is bullshit, and then they, I don't remember why. Oh, he convinces her. I don't remember how he convinces her, actually. But Agatha decides...
I think he hints that it's going to restore her power.
Right. Yes, that's it.
And she has reason to believe that it would work.
Exactly. Which, I mean, I guess we can spoil that now. We're going to spoil everything else, right? But the point is that she is like, oh, you know what? You got a point. And we need a coven. And so they go collect Jen and Alice. Alice Wu Gulliver is her name.
Yeah.
And the Protector Witch and the Potions Witch, right?
And Divination.
And Divination, okay. And and Lily. And then and Agatha, what is she? She's just like the Purple Witch. I don't understand why Alice is a Protector Witch, and Jennifer is a Potions Witch, and Lily is a Divination Witch.
Healing and Growth, which was green. Right.
The Green Witch was a Growth Witch, like a garden, whatever. But like, why? What was Agatha then? I don't think they explicitly said it in there. It doesn't really matter for you to enjoy the show, but they made a point of saying that the other three had their special classifications Niche. Or whatever. Yeah,
subclass.
And then but they just said that Agatha was a Purple Witch. And they did continue to refer to so they needed a Green Witch, but she didn't want the only Green Witch around. They knew Agatha in particular knew the only Green Witch around was going to be Rio, because Rio's a Green Witch.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't want Rio to be there, so she just goes and grabs her random neighbor lady, Sharon Davis. Poor Sharon Davis. She didn't ask for any of that. Kitty Foreman.
Yeah. So the biggest thing I didn't like about the show was the deaths. Some of the deaths. They felt unjustified, gratuitous, hurried, and hers was the first one that was like, wait, she's actually dead? Like, there's no reason for that to be a permanent thing. This is Disney. She's probably going to come back. And then it became clear that she's dead. Mm-hmm. And it felt needless.
It did.
And it was like, oh, I like seeing her character, like, all of a sudden just being told, hey, you're part of our coven. She's like, I'll play along, I guess. And then she starts to see real magic. And instead of being like, panic, I don't know, like, she kind of gets into it. She enjoys herself. She's like, I'm with people who I trust and I think I can care about. And then she fucking dies.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the Witch's Road thing, I mean, we obviously learn what the Witch's Road truly was, which is a scam. Like, we knew, like, we learned that, but we also learned that Teen is actually Billy Maximoff / Wiccan, and his chaos magic that he got from his mother causes this scam to become real. And that's why they were able to even go on the Witch's Road. But I feel like because Teen believed that you had to be a witch to travel the Witch's Road, that by extension means Sharon Davis must have been magically inclined somehow, although she didn't really know it. That's just a theory. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the outcome of anything. But
she
that's
did have
just
a
a
green
little.
thumb.
Yeah, like she was good at growing stuff, and she was an eccentric lady. She was a quirky lady. So I feel like that. Like I just feel like because if Teen's beliefs is what made it true, and Teen believed that you had to be a witch to travel the Witch's Road, that Sharon Davis must have had some latent power, and
Or
she
just
didn't know.
Agatha convinced Teen that, yeah, she's good. She'll do.
That's fair too.
And
It could be.
this will get us to our goal. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there like a Marvel definition of Wiccan that like would draw the line and say, yes, she qualifies as a green witch, or is it just soft?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But I also believe that Sharon Davis, like, it's tough if you go by like the comic book definitions, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong because you know that I'm not that great at the comic book stuff. I'm more about the cinematic stuff. I know a lot of comic book stuff, but not all of it, of course. Not even kind of a lot, like not even close to a quarter of it even. But anyway, I don't think there is, but I could very well be wrong on that. And I think that Sharon Davis is a character that they made specifically for the show and does not exist in. Yeah, I think she is. Again, not sure, but I think she was created for the show. And yeah, this Billy Maximoff's power made her able to go on the Witch's Road. And for her to be the very first one to die, come on, couldn't even give the non-witch a fair shot. But and I don't. Did they say? Oh, they said she died because they didn't give her a double dose of the antidote, but she drank 2 doses of the poison. That's what it was. Like, that's why she died. They gave her. She drank 2 doses of poison, but she only drank 1 dose of antidote. That's what it was. But then, like, she started to come back to life just as they were the portal to the house that they were in, because they travel the road. They come to this weird beach house. This, white lady fantasy beach house. Drink the wine that turns out to be poisoned, and then they have to figure out how to unpoison themselves. And then when they do, a portal opens up in an oven, which they then crawled through, and I had like serious bleh from like because I watched Saw against my will, as it were. and so I just like I hated that, but like they were fine. It was fine. They made it through, and they kind of stuffed. Sharon Davis through, and she was alive then when they stuffed her through, and then suddenly she just didn't make it. Yeah. Jade needs a hug. Says, "Oh my God, hi! I may not be able to stay through the whole thing, but glad to be here. We're glad you're here. If you can stay through the whole thing, we have a quiz at the end, and you can win a sticker. We will mail you a sticker if you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the only one that actually enters the quiz, then you get it by default. So that's pretty cool, right? So, anyways, so then she ends up dying, and I definitely agree with you that the worst part about the whole show is that the deaths did not feel warranted.
Yeah, especially hers.
Yeah, especially hers.
If the Witch's Road had just spat her out, like, oh, you died. Okay, well,
that's what I thought should have happened.
Your memory gets erased or something.
Yeah, by the time she understood what was going on and that she should get the hell out of there, it was far too late to leave. So it wasn't fair. That was like I have this deep sense of justice, and I'm like, it wasn't fair what happened to her. No. But yeah, it would have been nice if they would have just popped her out at the beginning and she could have gone home and just been like, well, that was a bad dream. But
erase her memory, make it something.
That sucked. I agree completely. All of the deaths were unwarranted.
Not all of them. I think the divination witches.
Lilia.
That I cried at that.
I
love
did.
Schmaltz, but yeah,
I did appreciate
when she died. I knew she wasn't coming back. I was like that. that made me feel a feel.
Yeah, okay. That was a good one. That was a very good scene, for sure. But I was a little disappointed because we got such a small with Lilia's death, we were led to believe that the Salem 7 had been defeated. And the Salem 7, who, yeah, like we said before, super creepy, very good to watch. I wanted to see more of them, and we didn't see very much of them at all through the whole series. And then Lilia does this tarot card trick to kill them, and by extension sacrifices herself. But I was disappointed about that, not just because my favorite witch died, but also because we don't get to see the Salem 7 anymore. Like, they kill them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then we don't get to see him again, and they would have been an excellent villain for a movie, even.
Something. Yeah, showing them on screen too much, I think would have been, if you show the monster too much, they lose a little of their punch. And having them being that, like, ever-present, like, we need to keep moving impetus,
that's fair.
They serve that purpose very well in like a hand-to-hand face-off. They wouldn't be that entertaining. They could be, but that wasn't their purpose. And so taking them out that way kind of made sense, but
that's fair.
Also it would have also made sense for them to be nipping at their heels the entire way.
That's fair. And I feel like they didn't get enough screen time. Like, there is, like you said, there's a fine line you have to dance by showing the appropriate amount of the horror aspect, or else it stops being scary. It reminds me of that movie Darkness Falls, where like they show the first 15 minutes of it is scary as shit, and then the rest of the movie they're just constantly showing the bad guy's face, and it's like, all right, let's just get this over with already. It's not scary anymore.
I will say Silent Hill. I one of my favorite scary movies, and they show the monsters constantly. But they did a good job with the monsters, and they already had a rich lore to tap from.
Yes. Unfortunately, we didn't get garbage. We got garbage for sequel. Did we even get a sequel of that one?
If it was like made for home video.
Or direct to TV or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I would have liked to see more of the Salem 7. They were feral witches, and they had no laws, no morals or anything, and they had it in for Agatha. And
as to most
for good reason, but yeah, like, everybody seems to hate Agatha. Gee, I wonder why. I mean, because
anybody alive.
Well, yeah, like so eventually it comes out that I think it might have been the second to last episode that actually we finally learn about who Nicholas. So we hear the name Nicholas Scratch midway through, but we don't actually know who the hell that is until I think the second to last episode.
It was very late.
Which was when we also learn what the Witch's Road truly is, which is that it was a hustle, it was a scam, which resulted in the deaths of many witches at the hands of Agatha, which is why everybody hates Agatha. And that is, incidentally, why Agatha was after Wanda, because Agatha's power, her specialty power, I guess, is to steal other witches' powers, and Wanda is the most powerful witch out there, so Agatha wanted her power. And I do wonder this, like, if Agatha would have taken Wanda's power, would that made her a Red Witch? Because
or just giving her the raw power.
Witch. Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, as it were. Yeah, or would she just have more purple? I don't know, because they all seem to have their colors, and we sort of know what some of the colors mean, but not all of them. Yeah.
I'm sure somebody knows what a purple witch is.
Yeah, I did not bother to look. It's fine. It's fine.
We're talking about the miniseries, not the.
Yeah, not yeah. There's a lot of deeper lore, and you're welcome to explore that on your own. But
and correct us right now.
So, the end of the first. Okay, so the end of the first trial, they find out that this is a part that actually confused me. They find out that Sharon Davis is dead. They bury her, and then they say, we need to summon a new green witch. And so they do, and that to me felt like a bit of a forced way to get Rio back into the timeline here, because after Alice passes away in the next episode, or 2 episodes later, or whenever Alice dies, and Agatha kills her, which I don't think at that one time, I don't think Agatha meant to kill. Like, normally when she does that, she absolutely means to kill somebody, but that time I don't think she did. Yeah, I don't think that was intentional that time, but they didn't replace her
because they had not done the Green Witch trial yet.
Oh,
witch
so
trial witch trial does not mean what it used to mean in this context.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't think about that.
Where they test the Green Witch.
Yeah, so they needed a Green Witch to do the Green Witch trial. Mm-hmm. Did they ever do a Green Witch trial? Yeah, they do, but they don't have their Green Witch at the time. Yeah, that's weird. Because the beach house was the potions trial for Jennifer. The recording studio was the red trial with the Protector Witch Alice. After the castle where they all turn into like Disney witches was the Divination Witch trial. The 80s one where they what the hell was that even a trial of? That was for Agatha. And then they didn't. The Green Witch trial. The Green Witch wasn't there. She was like, she hadn't been killed because of course we learn that she's actually death and can't die, but she wasn't there for the Green Witch trial. So Agatha had to figure that out all by herself. And she actually, at that Green Witch trial, they end up in Agatha's basement, but it's now just a blank room filled with grow lights. And Jennifer is still there, and she discovers that Agatha is the one who because Jennifer doesn't have any power left. She can only do potions now. She has no witchy power. But she finds out that, because she had a curse put on her to stop that, and so she finds out Agatha's actually the one who sold the doctor the curse. And so she
performed it herself, too.
It's a little unclear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because she said I don't know who this. Yeah, Agatha said I don't know when I sell a spell, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Like she was like, this isn't my fault. I just sold the guy a spell. Yeah. So I don't think she knew that it was gonna happen to Jennifer, but it made it interesting that all of these witches were somehow connected to Agatha in some way. So Jennifer rips a lock of Agatha's hair out, wraps it around her wrists, and uses that to break the spell. And then she got her wish that she she embarked on the witch's road to get back her power. And then when she breaks the curse that Agatha is responsible for, she is free, and she doesn't have to finish the trials anymore. So she disappears. And then after that,
she leaves the witch's road and
she just kind of
Westview.
Yeah, she just kind of disappears. Like, she just, and I think of like a flash of light or something. Yeah, and then she lands right at the sign that says Westview, and she just flies away. It was very touching in a show that had, I mean, I guess there was quite a few touching moments if you think about it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I also want to mention that this is not a morality tale at all. Like, the shittiest people come out on top.
Yeah. Anybody who's watching too, by the way, if you have comments, go ahead. Comments about what we're saying, if you think we're right or wrong, or if you wanted to add something yourself, pop it in there and I'll read it. So yeah, it's definitely not a morality tale. So what else?
Kind of unusual for Disney.
Yeah. Alice's I feel like Alice didn't get enough attention because there was some lore there, like her mother, who apparently committed suicide in order to protect her daughter. I don't know if if it was a sacrifice, or if she was just doing that because that was the thing that needed to be done. I'm not really sure. It was unclear at the time to me, and I did not go back and rewatch it in order to find out. So,
yeah, I don't recall either.
But yeah, she managed their family, Alice's whole family lineage had this spell cursed by a demon, and Teen plays the record backwards and causes the demon to, like, it summons the demon, and then they have to fight it by singing the Ballad of the Witch's Road, which, by the way, is a banger. I fucking love that.
Slaps.
That song is amazing, and I didn't actually check to see if it charted, but it should have, especially the one that they sing at the beginning of the show, the second episode, I think. That one was great.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually sang
they did it
that
a couple different ways, and it usually came out very well.
Yes, and they actually the cast sang the song at San Diego Comic-Con. It was one of the big Comic-Cons. Mm-hmm. And I watched the video of it, and it was so good.
That's cool.
They were all just wearing like dark cloaks and singing. It was very cool. And then Catherine Hahn, who plays Agatha, did this witchy laugh at the end. It was very cool. You should have. If you haven't watched it, just go on YouTube and find it. It's very easy to find. But
nice.
yeah. So they sing the Lorna Wu is Alice's mother, and they sing that to break the curse on the demon, because Alice is like, holy shit, I know how to do this now. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that I had any really big issues with that episode. That one was pretty good overall.
Mm-hmm.
That one was the one where Rio goes to, because Agatha's like super concerned, and we get more insight into why Agatha is so cold and uncaring, and she starts to really show warmth towards Teen because he gets badly injured, and she starts to, like, she's panicked if he's going to be okay, and she waits for him to wake up, and Rio goes to Agatha and says, that boy isn't yours. And we're like, and this is after one of the earlier episodes, Jennifer said, did you know that Agatha traded her son for the Darkhold, which is the evil book that features in
her grimoire.
It's in WandaVision, it's in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I'm sure it's going to be making another showing here somewhere because, well,
totally.
I mean, maybe because, like, we think that Wanda dies at this point, nobody's dead until we see their body, as far as I'm concerned.
Then.
Yeah, no shit, right? You just can't trust.
First episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I think that I stopped believing in death in movies and stuff with Supernatural. I watched too much Supernatural, and they never, like even the people who stay dead after a while have come back at least once. Nobody just dies.
I need to update my SAG membership. Can I come back on the show? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We'll write you back in, no problem.
So, yeah. So, we, at the end of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, we see Wanda vow to go and destroy the Darkhold and sacrifices herself. But, like, we don't know if she's really dead.
Right. If they don't show the death, it didn't
And people argued online. Yeah, they don't show it. They just... I don't even remember what they show. It's been a while since I've watched that one too. But at the beginning,
go back.
It was fine. That movie was fine.
You thought Multiverse of Madness was fine?
It was fine. It wasn't
okay,
good.
I have to go.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was fine.
Bad.
It was fine.
You're mistaken.
It was okay. I guess I've just seen more bad movies than you have. I don't know.
That might be true.
I do watch a lot of garbage, so like I love me some bad movies. I really do. Like I can actively acknowledge the movie's bad and still want to watch it.
To be bad though.
And
they had a budget, so
that's fair.
It was bad.
That's fair. But like
it was not even internally consistent.
Zombie Strange was fun though.
That was fun. Oh, it had.
I like that one. Some
fun moments. Visually, it was very good. Just. Don't think about it.
Yeah, but it was so confusing to keep tabs on what was going on in it. But overall, I was able to pick out the important stuff that still mattered. I hope to God they had the whole scandal with Jonathan Majors and all that, and they decided to, like, maybe if we're really lucky, they abandon the multiverse shit, because that is just, it's fine. It's wonderful for the comics. It creates loads of stuff for the comics, but for the movies, it's too much. We can't watch all these movies. Like, and also we're gonna stop going and seeing them if you don't stop shoving all this stuff in our faces and expect us to keep track of all that. Like, it's too much. It's too much.
No, I'll keep going. I'll see them all.
I mean, well, I didn't. I've actually haven't seen any of the movies except for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, Deadpool.
It's which okay. They're not. Yeah, they're like, and that's got some multiverse shit in it too, which I forgave because the rest of the movie was amazing. But pretty God much. Damn it, stop with the multiverse! I'm so tired of multiverse, and we haven't even had it that long. And I say that knowing full well that Loki, the TV show Loki, was very good.
Oh,
and super fun. And like and we would not like we didn't really know of the multiverse, I think. Is that our first introduction to the multiverse? I think it was. But like it obviously featured very heavily. The multiverse featured very heavily in Loki, and I enjoyed that. But I am conflicted about enjoying it because it was so heavy on the multiverse, and I hate the multiverse. I don't want the multiverse, okay? I don't want it.
It's hard to do that correctly, or
it is.
It's hard to do it well.
Yeah, correct or incorrect is subjective, probably, but well is definitely enjoyable. Yeah. To want to watch it, to make it feel like it's not a chore to watch these things. So, anyway, we're running out of time here, I think. Yeah, we got like
now that we're done talking about Multiverse of Madness, which by the way, you can expect spoilers.
Yeah, anything that's connected, that's a thing that you have to, a risk that you have to take when you're talking about Marvel and Enterprises, because they're all so interconnected, man. It's just tough.
You know, there's a universe where Marvel doesn't have a multiverse. We don't live in that universe. But there's a Sarah somewhere in the infinite expanse that's like, I like the Marvel films. All of them. They're so consistent and lovely.
There would be, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a Sarah that actually like makes money and can afford to go see all these movies in the theater too, right? And maybe that movie theater doesn't suck because AMC sucks. All of them. I don't care which one I don't care if you like yours, it sucks too. So. Anyway, so I like how they showed in WandaVision, you see Wanda's family just kind of imploding and stuff, right? But then in Agatha All Along, we see that Billy is able to continue to be alive because at the exact moment that Billy's body disintegrates in the Westview bubble, Westview anomaly, a boy named William Kaplan gets his skull wrapped around a tree in a car crash, and so Billy Maximoff's soul kind of flies into this body that's now been just vacated, and he is very confused. He doesn't understand, but he somehow manages to make it work without getting the suspicions of his parents aroused too much. And it's
able to be explained away with
and he
trauma
doesn't
and brain injury.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like his the overall the obvious aspects of his personality are that different, because it seems like he continues to like all the same things that William Kaplan liked in his room. He had a lot of
significant change.
I thought he had a lot of the same posters and things. I mean, you would, because he was just celebrating his bar mitzvah, I think. So that would have put him at 13.
I believe so.
No, and then we see he's old enough to drive a car, so he's over 16 in the events of Agatha. And there are definitely some posters that are the same. So like he didn't completely change. And maybe he just chose to keep some decor in his room to make his parents happy, because he could suddenly hear their thoughts and he understood how scared they were for him, and that had to be upsetting. And he manages to make it work. He adjusts, he fits in, he settles. He gets a boyfriend who is a very sweet and considerate guy who is they have good chemistry too. Like, that actor barely shows up, but the actors have good chemistry with each other. And he's, I hope they actually, like, they're gonna have Billy in more stuff, I assume, because they didn't kill him. so I assume, and I'm
keep
hoping
milking that cow because Marvel.
Well, yeah. At the end of at the second to last episode, I think, with the light, the girl light room, Agatha helps Billy locate a body for his brother's soul, Tommy's soul.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool too, because like he sees these really disjointed flashes of a boy drowning in a pool, and he's like, "Am I killing this boy?" And it tied in beautifully with how Agatha's just sad about her dead son, and so I thought that tied in really well. And then it left, and then he got what his wish was which was to find Tommy, and he located a body for Tommy to go into. And then he poofed from that room too, leaving Agatha alone. And Agatha's time was running out, and I don't even know how that locket that she had, it just had one little dandelion seed in it.
Yeah.
And somehow, and she was like, "Oh, a seed. That's what you need to grow. That's what grow lights are for." And she would not have been able to do that had that weird earthquake not happened when Billy was trying to use his magic, made a big old crack in the floor, which allowed her to be able to plant the seed.
Mm-hmm.
And then that got her out of the room too. And that seed had to be fucking 300 years old minimum, right? Like that was an old seed, hundreds of years old.
Yeah, I don't remember how the seed got in there.
Yeah, they don't show the seed getting in there.
I thought I saw the seed going in there. Like, why is that there? Oh, because it's a convenient.
Yeah, they show. I think they show Nicholas. The last episode is just about Nicholas and why Nicholas is important. And so Agatha gives birth to him alone in the woods, and Rio shows up immediately and says that he's got to go, and she's like, "Please give me some time." And so she has her son, and they go town to town doing this scam with witches, and together they create the Witches Road song, the ballad of the Witches Road.
I really liked how they developed the song from just simple.
It was so cool.
Kid chanting, and to see the way it changed it.
I thought that was really cool. And despite the fact that scamming people is wrong and killing people is wrong.
Not a reality tale.
The scam, exactly. The scamming itself was very cool, very well done too, like organized well, and like you could see that both Agatha at the time, even Agatha was wrestling with the morality of it. She's long since discarded her morality altogether, but you could see that she wasn't crazy about killing witches then either. She just was she always has had an us or them mindset, I think.
Mm-hmm. Which,
whatever. That's some people actually like. That's not a fiction tale. Like some people are raised with that more. Like it's not like if I win, someone else has to lose. Like it's either me or you, and so like some people are like that. That is inaccurate, to be sure. Just so everybody's aware. Like for you to win, not everybody else has to lose. That's just not how world works. But it's not the point. So anyway, then Agatha is sleeping, and she puts her son to bed, and you could see that she worries for him every night that we see her put him to bed. And then one night Rio does indeed come and take him, and she buries her kid, and then she's singing the song that they came up with, and then she's immediately approached by another witch who said, "Hey, do you know about the Witches Road? Can you show me?" And she realizes that she can just keep doing this scam indefinitely. Which,
because he was kind of her barker, he was drumming up the "Oh, hey miss, did you know?"
Yeah. And it's unfortunate that because she kind of lost she was so angry with the death of her son. I think she just stopped caring about whether or not it was wrong, because Nicholas himself thought it was wrong and kept asking Mama, "Why do we have to kill people?" Which maybe she would have stopped doing it after a while. I don't know. But I think he doesn't understand at first, but then he eventually says we shouldn't do this anymore, and then after he dies, she stops caring about that, which is fair. Spends God knows how many centuries killing witches over and over again, which is why nobody likes her. And then so then when they come back, like she gets out of her basement, the grow room trial, and Rio immediately attacks her. But then Billy shows up to save the day, I guess, and he gives her some of his power. They hold off Rio. Rio says one of you has to go, and I don't think that I don't think that Agatha sacrificed herself to save Billy. I think she has a long game, and that kind of was made obvious by the fact that she came back as a fucking ghost. I think she has a long con there somehow. And I'm not sure what it is, but they kind of left it so people were swearing up and down online that there wasn't going to be a second season, but they left it open perfectly for a second season. So like, and it was an insanely popular show. Why wouldn't they do a second season? And we can
Marvel, just leave some money on the table. Okay.
Yeah, no shit. They're not. And that was such a low budget show for their standards too. Like they spent nothing on that, and there was a lot of practical effects versus CGI, and the set was like built around them. It was so cool. Like that. What? Very, very few criticisms about this show. I agree that the deaths seemed unwarranted. I think we'll probably have to agree to disagree on whether Lilia's death was needed. It was noble the way she sacrificed herself, but I still feel it wasn't needed. And I wonder who's going to be the bad guy in a second season, because Rio can't be the bad guy because death is inevitable. So death isn't a bad guy; it's just death. It's also neutral.
I'm sure a chunk of budget went to hiring Aubrey Plaza. So yes, I think if they do a second season, she can't be in every episode. Like she wasn't in every episode of this one. Sorry. So next season, I assume that it's going to be Witch Boy and Ghost Girl go fight crime in the big city.
Witch Boy and Ghost Girl, nice. I mean, the second season,
they're Dead Boy Detective,
right? Of course. They're going to go find Tommy, and maybe somehow Agatha's going to find a way to get a body back. I don't know, and I'm not ready. Like, as much as Agatha sucks as a person, I am so not ready to let her go yet as a character because she is fun. I don't care that I like she's so like you hate her, but you also love her, and like Catherine Hahn is absolutely part of the reason why that character was like Catherine Hahn is the reason why we got an Agatha All Along. Absolutely.
She can play a despicable character who you want to see more of.
Yes, isn't that what she was in Parks and Rec too? And even Brooklyn Nine-Nine, she was Charles Boyle's ex-wife, and we saw her in like 3 episodes in the entire series, and she was amazing at being a nasty, rotten bitch. Like, she's just really good at that. And then you see her in those rom-coms where she plays that unsure, unconfident, like the How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. She's very unconfident, and she's trying, and she's just a bumbling, love-struck fool, and so different from most of her characters that I've seen. I also watched her in Bad Moms Christmas, and I loved her in that too. She's crazy. Catherine Hahn. This 2025 is going to be the year of Catherine Hahn. It better be. all of the past like 5 or 6 years.
Witch Boy.
Exactly. Witch Boy and Ghost Girl saved the day. They're going to go find Tommy. So overall, very, very few criticisms, and most of those are just nitpicks.
Oh yeah. Regardless of the things I didn't like, it was enjoyable, and I would recommend people watch it, especially during the Halloween season, which they were clearly did on purpose.
Oh, absolutely. So, I don't know. Do you have any final thoughts about it?
Other than I can't wait to see Witch Boy and Ghost Girl, no. I think we covered everything I want to talk about. How about you? What are your closing thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think I just don't have a lot of notes on this. It's just a really good show. I would have liked to have more people offering their perspectives on it too, because the conversation is always more interesting with more thoughts, but more opinions. But yeah, like this, I think that we caught the big ones.
Is it time for the quiz?
Yeah, let's have a quiz. What the hell? Let me start her up. I'm using Blookit, which is like Kahoot but less chaotic, and I didn't get as irritated trying to set up a quiz on this one. So there's music. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. That's super loud.
I can barely hear it.
There's music already playing in the background on this, but then there's music special for the quiz. I'm like, that's far too loud. I can't do that. Okay, you can scan ye old QR code, or you can go to play.lookit.com, and I'm gonna put it in the chat here too. There. So it's in the chat now too. Go ahead and use your phone. You don't have to sign in or anything like that.
Am I supposed to do this?
You can play.
Okay.
And then yeah, you got to enter the code. If you scan the QR code, you don't need to enter the code. It's pretty nice.
Oh, it really doesn't want to play nicely. There it is.
That's me. I'm a horse named Fairy Cloud. You don't even have to enter your name because it's going to give you a name.
It won't let me change it.
Oh! No, you have to push the go and then it'll let you in and then you can change it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Night Fountain. That sounds like a good spy name, like a code name.
Oh. Just kicked me out. Oh, no. I did it wrong.
Oh no. Do they have any kitties in here? They do.
I'll take the new name though. I'm Bearsmith. I forge bears.
Bearsmith, nice. If you and me are the only ones playing, then I guess
I want my damn sticker. If anyone shows up.
I'll give everybody another minute.
Give me a sticker is what you'll do.
I have as many stickers as I want, so I'm not going to give myself a sticker.
You have to wear it for the rest of the show.
I kind of thought there would, because being this is my first show back for after a while, thought maybe I wouldn't get a ton of people. So I have an assortment of prizes.
Anvil Caller, welcome to the show.
I have an assortment of prizes. This time I was just like, I got this a sticker. I literally, because I have my little box of stickers right here, so I was like, you get a sticker. But I will put more effort into showing off the prizes in the future because, and I'd actually really enjoy making some specific Critical Affection stickers, like something fun. Like if we say something dumb on the show and we can stickerize it.
Fuck the multiverse.
Shh. I do not like the multiverse.
Sarah dislikes multiverse.
It's true. Alright, I'll give you 10 more seconds. I'm watching. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna start now. Get ready. Don't let your phones go to sleep. This is a good one. This is a good question.
And I biffed it.
Aww. I want I'm probably gonna get first place, but this isn't fair because I wrote the quiz. It was fun because that was actually not all of the different names either.
I sense your hand in the writing of these questions.
What? Did we get everybody? I don't know. I got 2.
I don't think I'm getting a sticker.
So, yeah, it was first lady butt and first woman on woman kiss. Who are the Salem 7? Is another good one. We didn't really talk about who they were over the course of the show.
No.
Uh-oh.
I'm on the board.
See, yeah, I'm like, my name shouldn't even be up there. I was just playing so that we had a couple of people playing. What is the Witch's Road? We did talk about that. And there's actually more than one correct answer on here, so don't feel weird. I know,
Yeah,
I
kinda
did
saw
that to
that.
y'all. There's actually a couple questions in here that have more than one.
Oh, so I should just mash buttons.
Yeah, it's possible. It wouldn't be wrong. It wouldn't be bad to do. Oh, Fairy Cloud. Who wrote the ballad?
I answered too quickly. I got it wrong.
I'm appreciating how Blooket stops the timer, or it cuts off the excess time once everybody's answered. That's pretty nice. I have you on the... Oh. I feel like since we fly by the seat of our pants on the talking part of the show, I feel like we got a good combination of, yes, we talked about this, and no, we didn't talk about this.
Only true fans know.
Bear Smith must have answered first. That's why you got on the board up top there.
Yeah.
How many episodes does Rio appear in?
I think we touched on that. Well, we didn't say the number, but we mentioned that they couldn't afford Aubrey Plaza for the whole thing.
Yeah. I actually forgot the answer. I got it! I forgot the answer. It's numbers, man. I can't remember numbers. See, this is not fair because I'm winning, but I wrote the quiz. I already know the answers. Not fair. What's the name of Teen's boyfriend? Who got it wrong?
Me. Don't know.
Ralph was the name of the bonerific whatever that they met in the parking garage with Eddie, as it were. Why do the Salem 7 want to kill Agatha?
For her keen fashion sense.
Y'all let me know if you think I did a good job with these questions too, because I don't want to write them if they're bad. I want to keep doing it if they're bad. I'll find a different method.
I think they're pretty solid.
Good. I don't want them to be too hard and tricksy either. That's stupid. I don't like tricking people. But there are some that have, like I said, there's some that had multiple correct answers. I like this word.
Can you pronounce that for us?
Hexenbessen.
Hexenbessen.
That's how they said it on the show anyway. It's a German word. I did look that part up.
Obviously German.
Oh shit. And it actually it's the meaning of a gnarled branch from which a broom can be made too. So I was like, yeah, that.
Oh, that is loud.
It's extremely loud. I'm glad I turned the sound off. Well, I'll probably just have to send you guys both a sticker for your troubles. So it seems for the first show back, everybody should get a sticker.
Everybody gets a sticker.
All right, that was fun.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, you did a good job with those questions.
Thank you. Okay, so if you the bear, yeah, everybody send me your go to Agents of Geekdom web Facebook page and send us your mailing address, and I will send you a sticker. And thank you for playing, and thank you for watching, and all that fun stuff. Anything else we need to talk about? Go back those. I go scroll back up in the comments and back those two, or at least look at them. those two Kickstarter campaigns, and then come back next
That's
week.
pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very fun looking. Next week, 8 o'clock Eastern, same time, same channel, same bat time, same bat channel. Do you remember that? That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Adam West Batman.
From the 60s. Yeah. Anyway.
Dance. Why'd they get rid of bat dancing?
Right. Anyway, yeah. So next week we're doing Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you want to, yes, and you're invited to come talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. Always
last movie
invited.
I saw in the theater.
Oh my god, it might be the last movie I saw in the theater too. Well, that's not that bad because it wasn't that long ago.
No, but it's already available at home.
Yeah. I want to go see Nosferatu, but somebody doesn't want to go see it in the theater. And to be fair, there's 2 theaters in town, and one of them is an AMC, and that's the only one that has it right now. And I think I made my feelings about AMC clear.
You did.
So yes, I do not want to go see it in there. And you know what? I'll just wait for it to come out on video, and then we'll watch it at home. We've got a nice
come out on video. That phrase is losing its meaning.
That is very true. I just dated myself badly.
I'm old.
So old.
Pick it up at the Blockbuster.
Well, now who's old? Blockbuster. What's that?
I think it's a series on Apple TV. I don't know what the Apple. Whatever. Anyway, you were closing the show and then I interrupted.
Yes. So yeah, come back next week and we're gonna talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, and Brian might be here.
We'll see.
Carissa Grant is gonna be here.
That's
yeah,
exciting.
in the closet. Yeah, Carissa's coming. The plushy queen Carissa's coming, and she's gonna talk about her new book that we just briefly touched on here. We'll come back and she'll talk about it a little more then. And something about this chair today is really making my ass hurt. I don't care for it at all, if I do say so myself.
I'm sitting on a folding stool because I had to set up this in 90 minutes.
Well, I appreciate it.
I appreciate being here.
Everybody appreciates you being here.
Appreciate the hell out of you.
It's settled. So, yeah. So, maybe Brian will be here. I know Carissa's going to be here. I think Edward Davis might be here. We'll see if any of the other agents show up because they have a standing invitation as well. It'll be fun. And in the meantime, and you know, like, obviously, it's always going to be spoilers, so watch the movie before you watch the show. But other than that, you know, awesome. Come watch, and we'll give away more shit. So, bye!
Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine! Eee!